Do you know what happens when a country erases 4 zeros from its currency? This isn't just a change in numbers. It's a direct reflection of decades of crisis, external pressure, and attempts at economic survival. Iran has just implemented one of the most drastic monetary reforms in its modern history. And the world needs to pay attention. The Iranian government officially announced the redenomination of the rial, its national currency, eliminating 4 zeros. In practice, 10,000 rials will now be worth just one new rial. In addition, the new rial will be subdivided into 100 smaller units called garanos. But this change isn't about controlling inflation. It's an attempt to simplify transactions in an economy saturated by banknotes of almost symbolic value, which hinder even simple transactions in local and digital commerce. This decision is not made in a vacuum. The Iranian economy has suffered for decades from chronic inflation, currency devaluation, international sanctions, and financial isolation. The recent military conflict between Israel and the United States further aggravated the situation. Furthermore, the country faces serious internal challenges. Over-reliance on oil exports. Entrenched corruption in the public and private sectors. Extremely limited international investment. The Parliament's Economic Committee approved the measure, and Vice President Jafar Gadari stated that the goal is to reduce transaction costs and facilitate accounting, not to control inflation, which, according to him, will not be affected in the short term. And what does this change in practice? Redenominating a currency means recalibrating the country's entire accounting system. From supermarket labels, banking systems, payroll software, to corporate financial statements. However, this does not solve the economy's structural problem. The change is not accompanied by fiscal reforms, trade liberalization, or diplomatic advances. There is no expectation of agreements with the U.S. or the European Union, even after negotiations on Iran's nuclear program. The value of the rial and its international reality. The redenomination does not change the currency's real purchasing value. It merely simplifies how it is written and perceived. Currently, the exchange rate between the Iranian rial, IRR, and the US dollar USD is approximately 1 IRR equals 23 millionths and 810 millionths of a US dollar, or 0.000238 US dollars. 1 US dollar is equal to 42,113 Iranian rials. This shows how much the rial has lost value in international markets, a direct result of prolonged inflation, sanctions, and economic fragility. And what can we learn from this? This Iranian reform is a warning to economies that ignore monetary stability and fail to protect their economic sovereignty. Redenomination alone won't save a financial system. It only makes the existing problem more visible. The real challenge is to rebuild trust, real backing, and integration with the global market. If you've made it this far, you now understand what it truly means to eliminate zeros from a currency. It's not accounting manipulation, it's a reflection of a system that cries out for balance. Stay with us to follow behind the scenes of global financial transformations. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this content with those seeking to understand what's really happening on the international stage. Because where there's collapse, there's also opportunity. And the time to wake up is now.